Hello, so this is our 11th video and this is going to be a bit different than the usual ones because today I'm going to create a Node.js backend for the app. Up until now we were using JSON server, which is not ideal because when we deploy our app it needs to be able to talk to a real backend. So I will start that today, and I have already done some research. You can see that the tabs are open, but like I have done research for like 10 minutes or something. So let's get started. I did not start our timer. Let's start the timer. I should have started the timer before start. Okay, so it's fine. Let's create a project. Uh, let's create a directory called med tracker back and cd into med tracker back, so which means med tracker backend. And right now there is nothing there. What we can do is we can do initiate an npm package. Package name, yes, med tracker back will be okay. Version 1.0.0, backend support for med tracker React Native app. Entry point index.js, okay, that's fine. Test command, I don't know for now. Git repository. Let's configure this later. Keywords, React Native, Express, medicine, tracker, author, my name is Sami. License, to be honest, I don't care right now. Is this okay? Yes. So we have the package.json, and if I show you the content of the package.json, here are the contents. So okay, now let's add. First thing I will add is, so I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can, so I will use Express. So let's install Express. Npm install Express. Okay, so if I so let's start the open the project in so I thought it will create a index.js file because I have given it index.js, but it did not create one. So let's create one, index.js. I'll keep it as simple as possible. As simple as I can keep it. So I don't care about flow right now. So let's start. So let's create an Express server. Backend, whatever you call it. Express require Express const app Express consport 3000 app.get res.send hello world, great. and then we can do app.listen port. Okay, 3000 now. Let's oh my god. So let's do 8000 and console.log example. Oh my god, example app is listening on port. Okay, so console.log app is listening on port. So we could make this template template literals, I guess that's what it is called. So, and if I run the project now, do I have any script? I don't have a script, so start and npm start, no, node index.js. I guess that's how you start a Node.js project. So let's say start okay, so I made a mistake. This is not post, this is port. Okay. So let's start it again. So app is listening on port 8000 and let's check it. I will go to Postman and I will create a new workspace. Let's name the workspace Med Tracker. Hello world personal and create workspace. So create collection, new collection, let's call this test, and let's not give it any authentication right now, but in test collection I will create a get request http localhost 8000 and hello world, the request name, and it's part of test collection. I will save it and then I will make the request and cannot send requests to localhost, select a different agent. So maybe because I'm using the web Postman, that's why. So let's switch to our Postman that is installed in my computer, and I will close the web 1. Workspaces. So it was updated. So I am using the same account for web and the personal one. So it got updated. So let's send a request, and we are getting back the hello world. So great, that is working. Now the next thing I think we have to set up, I'm not sure, but I think we have to set up course, and the way to set up course is so I think do I have to install course? Yes, I have to install course. So let's install course, and to be honest I'm not sure if it is called course or if people call it CORS. I'm not sure, but anyways, let's install this. And how to configure this. This is how we configure course. Great. So app.use course, that's it. Great. So great, next thing I want to do is I want to enable authentication, a basic authentication. So if you are not familiar with basic authentication is like this. So let's say if I remember correctly, so let me show you in Postman. So this is basic authentication, and there will be a username. So let's call it React Net or front end app. I'm just giving a username, and let's have a password, a very silly one, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Show password. So this is how basic authentication works. No, this is not how basic authentication works, but let's save it. And if I go to authorization now, oh yeah, so you can see this is actually this string that you see, it is actually base 64 encoded, and this was generated from this so yes. So I will, basic authentication is not very secure, to be honest, but for this app I don't care. So let's use basic authentication. And to be honest, I'm not even using I'm not creating users as well, so basic authentication in this case it's fine. So yeah, so let's see how we can we can implement basic authentication. This is article that I found, and oh my god, people are talking outside. I hope they were not. So so this is the verification middleware. So okay, let's just copy this one. Okay, this is the problem with problem with making these videos in this time of the day. Usually I do it very early in the morning or very late in the day. Now it's 12:30 in the noon, and there are all kinds of noise. So basic auth.js. So I copy pasted this, and I will zoom in a bit. Sorry if I if the font was small for you. So request.path, make authenticate path public. So I don't think I need this. So what they're saying is, if request.headers.authorization is not included, which means there is no authorization header here, like which we have. If it is not included, then they will send this, or authorization is included and .index of this. So this is the string basic, and with the space. If the index of basic is equal to -1, which means it's not there, it will return this 401. Okay, then they will check for this one. So what will happen is, if I copy this, so they will split this string where there is a space. So here is the space, so it will be like this: basic and so it will be an array like this one, and they will select the credential that is in the first index. So this is 0 and this is 1, so they will select this string, because as I said, this is base 64 encoded, and then they will take the credentials, and I am guessing that they are decoding this here, and when they decode this will be like so let me show you. This will be like the username and the password. So my password was 123456. This will be a string like this. Okay, and that's where they will split. They will split using the colon, and so they will split it here, and it will be like this. Let me show you. So it will be like this, and const user service. So here they will somehow authenticate the user with their authentication service, but to be honest, I don't have any service like this. So what I will do is I will say, if username is not equal to front-end app, or password is not 1 2 3 4 5 6. Return this. Okay, so I don't have an authentication service because I'm trying to keep it, you know, very simple, because for an app like this I don't care too much about the security. So and I will definitely change the password later, and I will move these things to env variable to make it a bit more secure. And I don't need to attach anything here. And next, yes, I will use next here. So yes, so I'll get rid of these things. We'll get rid of these things, and I think the way to go about this is app.use and const. How do I import a file in Node.js? I think it's module.exports. So this is not an async function, to be honest, in our case. So I think basic auth, is that how you export something in Node.js? I forgot, to be honest. I have not worked in Node.js in a very long time. So basic auth require and basic auth. Let's see if it works. So I think we will need to rerun the server, I mean the app. Okay, it cannot find it, so that's all right, because we are creating this project in JavaScript only, so VS Code cannot find where the function is, so that's okay. I would like to give it some console.logs. Basic authentication reached, and yes, so let's test this thing with Postman. So I will send the same hello world request again, and there is a problem. Okay, so the this, I did not run the project. I have to run the project. I still got hello world, and we reached basic auth. That's great. So that's great. That worked fine. That worked without any problem. But that is when something works without a problem, I get a bit, you know, suspicious. Things should not run without a problem. So let's console.log request.headers.authorization. Okay, and authorization header. Okay, send, and okay, so I need to rerun the. So we will need to use nodemon so that the app reruns itself whenever it finds something changed. Authorization header. Wow, this was great. This worked without a problem. How come? Okay, so let's try to change the password. Let's say I have given it 123467, and let's send the request again. Invalid authentication credentials, and we get a 401 unauthenticated. Great, that is working. Okay, so let's change our password to 123456, and now let's make another request. So I will create another collection, and here we will not have any authentication, and let's try to send the request again, and it has returned 401 because we don't have any authorization header. So that is great, that is working without a problem. I did not expect it to go so well. So basic auth, we have 4 minutes left. I wanted to do a bit more in this video, but okay. So we have basic auth, running. What is the next thing? So I will create a to-do list here. So let's do it here. To do. No, not like that. Let's do it like this. Okay, to do. So next we need to configure MongoDB. So I will create a simple MongoDB database, because MongoDB Atlas is free. So someone was at the door, so I had to go see. So we will need to configure MongoDB, and another thing that we will need to do is it's called node cron, if I remember correctly. So what it will do is it will run a script chronologically. For example, every morning, and it will decide what it will count the medicine, let's say something like that. So let's say every morning at 8 we will run this script, and it will calculate what medicines were supposed to be over, like the patient has already taken the medicine like yesterday, so we will create a script for that. So okay, so that's something that we will need to do. So these are the two things that I will try to address in the next 1 or 2 videos. So goodbye.